episode of Rebuilding Portsmouth. Now, in our last episode, we lost for the first time this season, and it was bloody awful. Terrible match, really. I have to say, I was disappointed in everything about that game, really. The fact that there was only one highlight and it was their 93rd minute winner. Oh, that was a gut-wrencher. But, as you can clearly see from the screen, we've got right back on form. I mean, things have dipped a little bit at times this month, but still looked fairly decent in the long run. So basically, we started things off. Actually, before I do that, I won Manager of the Month. It finally fucking happened. Took bloody long enough, but I did finally win one. After we'd won all 4 games in, I don't know which month it was particularly. I think it was November, it must have been, in fact. Yeah, it was. Also, Santos is on the shortlist for World Footballer of the Year, and my God, does he deserve it. Also, discussions and negotiations for Mamute have fallen through for the 6th time now. We've basically just got to really hope that he doesn't sign for anyone before we get more money in, because at the moment we just cannot afford him. And like, I got to a situation where I was only giving them £1 million up front, yet for some reason it wanted to deduct like 13 million from my transfer budget. Sorry, not 13, 22 million from my transfer budget, even though it was only £1 million up front. So I don't know why it wanted to deduct it now. That was the whole point of it. Like, I had it set to be in installments, like 12, 14 months down the line. So I don't understand why it wouldn't let me. It wanted to deduct it all from. I know it probably should allocate it, but what's the point in these installments if you can't have it? I don't know. But anyway, we started off the month at home against West Ham, and home games have been relatively solid for us this year. Our only drop points in the league this season so far have come away from home in that 1-1 draw against Everton. Now, against West Ham, we were given a little bit of a helping hand, as you're going to see in a sec, by a lad by the name of Shavar Barry. That one went on into the net off of his knees, I think. I mean, I thought it should have gone down as a Van Os goal, but you know, we'll take it. It was 1-0. Then they got a penalty, and that was their only shot of the game. The only shot they managed to muster on target of the match. Disappointed to give the penalty away, and at 1-1 I thought, oh no, this isn't going to turn bad. But as you can see, we had 42 shots in this one. Probably should have had more goals, really. And in the second half, things got a bit more comfortable for us. Pipoca around the corner here to Lucarelli, who's got himself on the score sheet yet again, just proving what a wonderful player he can be. His 7th goal of the season. Great stuff. Then, of course, another chance presented itself, and this is one of the weirdest goalmouth scramble goals that I think I've ever seen, and Shavar Berry was at the heart of it again. He's had an absolute nightmare for West Ham today. Bolongo, for some reason, hangs onto the ball for ages there, and I don't know why, eventually throwing it out wide to Lopez Souza. Again, we've been using the 2-striker tactic a lot this month, again, because it just seems to work. It just seems to, things just seem to make this tactic work lately, and I'm not knocking it. We've used the other one a couple of times, though. This is a weird goal, though. So, Lucarelli around the corner, there's a sort of goalmouth scramble, and eventually it ends up in the net, apparently off of Shavar Berry. I don't know how, but it was 3-1 Portsmouth there. 2 own goals for one player. Terrible day at the office for him. In our next match, we came up against Oldham Athletic. Now, away from home is always difficult, but away from home at Oldham, who have been playing really, really well so far this season, and obviously have got decent money, was always going to be difficult. But I have to say, I was still disappointed by the goals that they scored. Like, we were much, much better than them in this game, and the fact that we let them score twice was a little bit disappointing. But we did manage to score 3 goals, and when you see the winner, because I think Oldham actually even took the lead against us in this game. Oh no, they didn't. What we're talking about. Pipoca's ball around the corner for Millington, a wonderful first-time effort from Millington into the top corner to score number 15 of the season for him, and he's still on fire, and that's good. If he can just carry on that for the rest of the year, that'd be just delightful. But then, just before half-time, with their first real chance of the game, Oldham managed to get themselves level. I say real chance. It didn't count as a clear cut, I don't think, but it definitely. I mean, it was poor from us, really. Great tackle there from Robert Gray on Zivkovic, and I thought we'd cleared the danger once we got it away. Oh no, what am I talking about? It drops down to Davies, and it's a good hit from him. There's a goal in a later on game, I think. And that was annoying, but we got ourselves back on the horse. One thing we've been doing well this season, when we go, when we get pegged back, we come back into games. We never say die. I don't know how many times we've actually been behind this season in games, but in fact, I'm not even sure if we have trailed in a game so far this year. After that there, ball into the box, at the back post, and it's cleared away. But Pipoca was the man for this game. He genuinely was very, very good. Cutting inside here, and a lovely finish there just to smash that home. We went 2 up top, but it was all about Pipoca, really. Millington scored that early goal, so that put us 2-1 up again. All is well. Unfortunately, Oldham got themselves another equaliser. They really did fight hard. They've given us that's the biggest test I think we've actually had. Even Manchester City weren't as strong against us as Oldham were. And you know, lots of players over. We got caught a little bit too high upfield. Unfortunately, we don't really have a defensive option with this tactic. Loads of space, ball in, and a good header there from Isaiah Brown, former Chelsea youngster, with his 10th goal of the season to make it 2-2. I was worried, and then in the 83rd minute, we got an absolute glory goal. Just one of those goals that I hope he gets some more of these in the future for us, is all I can say. It's the perfect sign of what I hope is to come from him in future. One touch and hit. One touch, smack, over the goalkeeper from the edge of the area. Pipoka again with his, well, what goal was that? I can't remember what goal number that was for him. 7th goal of the season for him as well, as the young striker continues to have a decent season for us. Now, that left another win under our belt. Good stuff, and that brought us into the Galatasaray game. Game's coming thick and fast at this point. And frankly, we played our sort of defensive midfield tactic for this one, I think. Oh, no, we didn't. Or did we? I get confused. Because they actually switched their tactic to 4-4-2 midway through, and I was going to change, but then look at that for a goal from Augusto Archubi, making it 1-0 with his 2nd goal of the season. But I mean, we should have had many, many more goals in this game, but it doesn't matter, because we got the victory in the end. Archubi's ball out to the edge of the area there, Van Os's ball, after that, keeps possession this time, whips it back across, and it's cleared away again. But Van Os has been working very, very hard this month. I think he's accumulated a couple more Man of the Match awards. Eventually, the play is going to sort of clear up and open up. Gomez ball through, Pipoka brings it down, and another goal for him, making that 8th for the season. He actually started up top for us on his own in this game. Millington was rested due to being a little bit jaded, and we were able to actually rest him. Him and Lopez Sousa were actually... No, him and Robert Gray actually started this game on the bench. That's how confident I was. And as a result of a draw between Juventus and Lokomotiv Moscow, a 0-0 that is, we are in a situation where basically we are almost qualified. We're 3 points clear of Juventus with a goal difference that is 9 better than theirs. So we're basically through, and we get to play away against Lokomotiv Moscow. So a win or a draw in Russia will guarantee us top spot in the group as well. And it's up to Juventus and Lokomotiv to fight it out for the other spot. Next game, Leicester City. This was a disappointing one. Not because of the scoreline, because obviously we won. It was the fact that we didn't... I just don't think we did enough in this one. Like, we were up... As you can see, we had us in this one. We created a lot and were unable to put enough away for me. Like, 3-2 is very, very flattering on Leicester. Unlike Oldham, who really did test us at times, the goals Leicester scored were just like, oh, dear. So, you know... things got off to a very, very quick start, literally within seconds of this game kicking off, basically. Again, I think this was a 2-up-top job for us. We were at home, and against a sort of mid-table to sort of bottom half side like Leicester, it felt right that we should go with 2-up-top, if I remember correctly. But we have managed to alternate the tactic. Oh, no, we didn't. No, we didn't, because Leicester were playing 5 in the midfield in this one. Millington's ball over the top. Sorry, not Millington's ball over the top. But look, he actually finished a 1-on-1. It happened. 16th goal of the season for Big Norm, and things just continue to go from better to better for him, which is always good. Things got even better for us on 10 minutes. Some lovely work on the outside here. Connor Barnes to whip one in, and it's saved initially off of Van Os or Pipoka. I can't remember who exactly. I think it was Van Os. But then Lucarelli putting his 8th goal of the season in. He's been so good from that right-hand side. You can tell he's a striker, though, because he does have that nice finishing instinct when he gets in these areas. Look, he goes for goal there, hits the post, bounces back, and Millington makes it 3-0 before half-time. In the second half, we continued in much of the same vein. Unfortunately, Leicester scored 2 of the more comical goals. I was a bit disappointed to concede them, shall we say. Ball over the top. Over my ginormous... I think that was Lopez Sousa that let that one drop over his head, and Rebic has just put it in the net. Terrible defending. Really disappointed with that, because we needed to keep these clean sheets going. And then they got a free kick, which they scored. I don't think... that wasn't comical. I didn't think they deserved to get anywhere near us in this game, and it was a shame that we let those situations manifest, basically. But 2 more goals from Millington, and all round a decent day for us. And obviously, of course, Santos hadn't played for a few games because of his injuries. But he is back, and I think he played against Norwich. Or did he? Yes, he did. What am I talking about? Lucarelli, though, is going to be out for a little while. I think he's going to miss today's game. But against Norwich, away from home, again, solid performance. I went with 2 up top, which I thought was a bit of a risk because I wasn't sure about their system, but it did end up paying off. Van Os put us in front after just 17 minutes here. Knocked out to him by Pipoka, goes round 1 and just bang, top corner. Lovely stuff from him for goal number 4 of the season for himself. He's certainly getting up there now a bit. Now, Norwich got a man sent off at the start of the second half, which made our job a lot easier. And with 15 minutes to go, we did manage to essentially put the icing on the cake. And who better to put the icing on the cake than Luigi Lucarelli with his 9th goal of the season. He might be the second player in this team to break into double figures, considering he plays at right midfield, so that is incredibly impressive from the lad. And he's got a decent amount of assists as well. Then he put the free kick in here despite being injured here, flicked around the corner, and Robert Gray was able to make it 3-0 Pompey away at Norwich City. And I remember when coming to Norwich for us was an absolute shitstorm, because we could never get anything here. But we've really started to kick on, and obviously they've started to fall away. And that brings us to today's game. Now, I'm going to show you the league, because this is mental. We've got 40 points from 14 matches, a plus 33 goal difference. Yeah, okay, we've conceded a few more goals this month. But Belongo still kept 8 clean sheets, so well done him. Gabbiadini of Burnley has got 15 goals already, but King Norman is in there with 13 in 14. Santos has the most assists and, of course, the best average rating. So that is all very nice. But as you can see, we are 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League, guys. I think that if we're going to win the league, this is the season that we're going to do it. We have to keep this run of wins and good performances going as long as is physically possible, basically. I mean, I know we're miles clear of Man United at the moment anyway. They do have a game in hand, so they could be, 11 points behind us, and with a win they could be 8 points behind us. Manchester City and Chelsea are the ones I'm more worried about, and as you can see, Brighton are in the top 4. I do expect them to fall away, but I tell you what, they're doing a bloody good job of it so far. Hull are absolutely useless. Look at that, 49 goals they've conceded in the league already this season. That is insane, and a minus 33 goal difference. Just the 2 points from 14 matches, they're getting relegated, and at this rate they'll be relegated by the end of February. Probably even sooner, in fact. We've had a few injuries, Mehdi Sassi's out, people like that, but 8 points clear at the moment, and that is quality. To be 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League after 14 matches is something else. Now, a win against Manchester United today would do wonders for us, because we do have some tough games coming up now, but not immediately. If you actually look at our next run of fixtures, Liverpool away is going to be tough, of course, and obviously Lokomotiv Moscow, but then we've got Cardiff at home, which is winnable. Stoke away is going to be incredibly tough. Chelsea at home and Arsenal at home. So wins against Chelsea and Arsenal at home, we could keep this run going. If we can avoid losing away at Stoke, Chelsea and Arsenal at home, the Chelsea at home game is going to be crucial, and I think that's what we'll probably do in the next episode, if I'm honest. But, when you look at massively difficult games, our next one is probably not till the end of January away at Manchester City. Okay, we've got Spurs away, that could be tough as well. And obviously we've got cup games potentially in there too. But my point is, I'm not seeing anything that I'm like, I'm really scared of this at the moment. Like, the back end of this, we need to get ourselves in a good position, basically, whereby we can afford to lose the games towards the back end where we might just get a little bit congested, but we've given ourselves the best chance of doing that, so that even if we fell away a little bit, there'll be enough of a buffer to get us over the line and win the Premier League this year, and that would be truly something. I would be very impressed if the one trophy I didn't expect us to ever win in this save was actually the first trophy that we ever win, although the League Cup would technically come before that and we are still in it. Anyway, let's take a little look at the squad before we get into today's game against United. It's all very well me saying this, but sod's law will end up buggering up today. 13 wins out of 14, and Man United, who have had a really poor start and find themselves currently, I think, 14 points off the pace, will almost certainly come here and beat us, because that's how it works, isn't it? Right, goals. Lucarelli has 9 as well. Millington with 17, Lucarelli with 9, Pipoca with 8. Those are your sort of top 3. Assist-wise, Santos with 7, Lucarelli and Van Oth with 7 each. So Lucarelli has been truly immense this season. 15 starts for him, and I mean, Archubi's not started as many, but he just doesn't have the same record. Even if you sort of put it as a ratio, Millington with the most man of the matches with 6, yellow cards, Robert Gray with 5, red cards, Van Oth, of course, with 1. Santos still has the best average rating overall. Key aerial challenges, Lopez Sousa with 59 key passes, Santos has 84. He's also wanted by Barcelona, but he's chosen to stay. Robert Gray has 23, interceptions 200, and of course value is Norman Millington, but only just now over Van Oth, who's really emerging as like a proper good player. Also, credit to people like Tercio, because he's starting to look better and better now. I'm starting to like him more and more as a player. Last year he was kind of bit part, but now I'm starting to use him instead of Afterlet as our sort of second choice player behind Van Oth. And I tell you what, he's getting there now. I'm really starting to enjoy him. Right, so match time. We are the early kickoff here. Chelsea are away at Burnley, which won't be easy for Chelsea. Burnley are having a good season, with the way Gabbiadini's playing. Who else is up there? And Arsenal play Manchester City, so City and Chelsea have got tough matches today. So do we, though. But it does mean that if we were to drop points in this game, there's always the chance they're playing that system. You know what we're doing. They're playing that system. Yeah, we've got to, don't we, really? There's no other option for us. We've got to play the system that works the best for us against that style. Every time we've played the team that plays like that this season, we have won, and I'm happy with that. Millington, Vanos, Archubi, Santos, Gomez, Ivancic, Barnes, Gray, Lopez Sousa, and Kea. That is literally the strongest first 11 that we could possibly put out. It's not like last year where we were facing the weakened team. Yeah, okay, a couple of them are a little bit jaded, but at the same time, I mean, that is about the strongest team we've been able to put out for quite some time. Everyone's kind of come back at the right times. As much as Lucarelli's out injured, we've been able to shift to this tactic, which means Archubi can come in and play like an absolute house on fire. And that is a good thing in this particular sense. Right, and the bench is pretty strong as well. Mark Simpson's finally fit again too, which is good. Let's do this, guys. You know, I think we've got the beating of them. Or we should do. I've seen from them this season so far. They've lost really poor matches, a couple of home losses. They've not looked anywhere near what they were. As you can see, their goal difference is only plus 12 when you consider what, you know, at this point last season, they'd have been sort of up where Chelsea and Man City are, or possibly even over the sort of plus 20s. Or, you know, we've got plus 33, which is just crazy. But I wouldn't expect them to have that much. But I think by this point last season, they were certainly well into the plus 20s. So they're clearly not scoring as many either, and they might be conceding more. So I'm hoping that this might finally be the point where we assert our dominance. Like, this is the most important game, I think, in the save so far. And the reason for that is because if we win this, it says to me that we can win the Premier League. You know, if we win this game, I will believe then that this season could be the year that we win something. And could be the Premier League. But if it all goes tits up for us again, then I'll start to worry if it was just a good start from us, basically. Ooh, you know, that's the problem. We had a good start last year too, and if you recall, we got 28 points from our first 10 matches. You know, this time we have continued the run though, I suppose. So there is that to take into account. We've, you know, won another 3 matches after that. No, another 4 matches in a row after that. Oh, and it's begun. Right, okay, who do we bring in? There isn't really much choice. Gomez injured inside the first 10 minutes is always a fun one. I'm going to bring on Afterlet to play in the centre because I want to be able to bring in Tercio later to replace Vanos, who's clearly fucked, knackered-wise, but we just don't have... You know, I wanted to go with the full-strength team, basically, if we could. So, first blood, I suppose, goes to Man United with the fact that they've injured one of our players. Pretty poor start to this one, really. But, I don't know, this tactic... Well, I say this tactic. This tactic worked on pre-update, but the fact is it's been working just fine since the update as well, so I don't see why it'd be any different today, although they often are, aren't they? After that now, come on, right, just drop it off, don't you dare shoot from long range. Oh, for the love of God. As much as I've got those sims, I've got him set to not shoot, sorry, to shoot less, but they just don't listen, do they? I mean, the draw wouldn't be the worst result in the world, as it would keep us unbeaten and it would stop it, but I would like the win over Man United here, and I think in the second half I might go attacking, because there's just nothing's happened. I can't believe this has been such a dull game again. The live comms have been... I'm sorry about this. The last live comm against Juventus was so poor, and this one feels like it could go down that route, unless we started to spice things up a little bit with our own brand of justice. Let's hope we can do this in the second half. I need to see a big performance out of Vanos, but he will be my first substitution. I still think he's going to have to come off because he's going to be absolutely cream cracker by this point. Ivancic with a great tackle. Now follow it up. Another great tackle from Tony Ivancic. What a performance that is. Please don't now bugger it after I've said that. Whipped up field to... can Millington bring it down? No, he can't, but after it's managed to do that. And he's had a little run there, and that is a gorgeous pass. Millington's through. Can he finish the one-on-one? No, he can't. Of course not, because those are so rare. Like, we managed to see one... Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, okay. I see what's happening now. Lucarelli's injured. Now Archubi's also got injured on that same wing, which means it's Pipoca, I guess. Not really what I'd want. I mean, he's fast and he can dribble like crazy, I guess, but his crossing ability, as far as I remember, isn't particularly... 10 isn't bad, I guess, but I don't know. Oh, dear. I can't believe we've lost 2 players in this game already. And they both look like they're serious injuries. I expect... Is this the game where it all just goes wrong again, you know? We seem to have one of these turning point games every season, and it always seems to be against a team like Man United, but the draw wouldn't be the worst result. We've had the only chance of the game so far. I can't really do much regarding this because we've already done, we've made 2 substitutions. I'm gonna have to hold up. Oh, let me guess, free kick just to add insult to injury. No? Okay, it's hit the post. Thank God for that. Both teams have been pretty poor today, but we've been the slightly less poor, I guess is the best way to look at our performance in this one. We can't bring another striker on because Pipoca's already on the pitch. I don't want to switch to our other system unless we can take a little look at what formation they're playing. No, they're still playing that system, so I don't really want to muck around with that, if I'm honest, because, you know, if they went 2 up top, I might have been tempted to change it, but I wouldn't have. Oh god, here we go. Sanabria now. They've not had a single good opportunity in this game, which means I'm worried that they're just going to get some long-range goal or something. Give up. I mean, just give up. It's so disheartening all the time when they're not even that good at the moment. And I mean, look at that. Oh dear. We've literally won 13 of our last 14 league fixtures, just dominating everyone, and yet it still can't beat Man United, even when they're not playing that well this year. Much higher tempo, push much higher up. In fact, no, just turn that off for a sec. Whip some crosses in, I guess. I don't know. I'm just sick of it, I guess. Right. We can't really change the tactic. We've already had 2 substitutions forced down our throats. And look at this. Tercio, I guess, will come off Vanos just to finish this game up, but I can't believe we're going to lose this one again. I mean, look at it. Again, better side, just like last time, I think, but it doesn't matter, does it? It's disappointing. It is, because it just seems that, oh, hello, go on, equalise at least. Ball in, oh, it's so easily cleared. Go on, win that header. There we go, Robert Gray, the hero for us. We've got one last chance in this game, I sense. Tercio, go on. Millington, ducks inside. Millington to shoot. Millington with it. Oh, of course it's safe. Santos squares it across the box, and of course not. And it's going to go out, and that was the chance, guys. Good stuff. Well, I guess it's back to usual then. First league defeat of the season is going to come at home in a game which I think we've deserved to probably win, looking at it on balance. But it's Man United. Shame, but we have to move on, and next fixture is going to be crucial for us, because we need to get back on the horse after what is going to be a very, very poor defeat to take, really. I thought we deserved better, really. The injuries haven't helped. It's kind of limited what we could do tactically. You know, we couldn't really change the formation up particularly because, you know, I need to make 2 subs really to make that work, and there we go, we've lost at home to Man United. That's disappointing. Yeah, we should sympathise with them, frankly, because that was just the usual stuff that happens when we play against Man United, it seems. So there we go. We're still 8 points clear at the top at the moment, but other games will, of course, happen. So man of the match is one of our players. I mean, they had a little bit more possession. That's what I will say for them. It sucks, because it now means that we're probably going to end up on like a dodgy run now, but we'll have to wait and see. I do, however, want to see what the other games, what happens in the other games today, and what happens with our injuries, because those could be, you know, killer blows for us if they're bad, because we've got some really tough games coming. Chelsea have won their game. Let's see what else happened. Hull actually got a point, amazingly. Stoke won their game, Spurs won their game, and I presume City will win their game too. Yep, 3-0. And that leaves the league looking like this. United could get to within 8 points of us, and we are only 5 clear at the top now, but still, we've done very, very well. 40 points after 15 matches is bloody good. You know, if we got another 40 points from our next 15 matches, I'll be bloody impressed, but I don't see that happening somehow. Still a little bit disappointed to have that kind of result there, but shit happens, and we've got to move on now. Again, this is what I was saying about turning points in this. I just felt like it was, if we won that, it's all going to go, you know, it's a sign that we're actually improving, but this is just more sort of the same as last year kind of stuff. Against Man United, you're still going to play badly and lose. Right, so let's have a little look at, what was I going to do? I was definitely going to do something. Oh, the injuries, right. Oh, Jesus. Right, Portsmouth 4-0 defeat. Borja Gomez, bruised rib. Okay, that's not too bad. Gray is a little bit low on fitness, but that's something we can work on. We've got a Capital One Cup game coming soon anyway, so we can rest players for that. Marcio's 1 goal from, extra money from Bayern, that'd be useful. Right, so in the next episode, of course, we're going to be doing the game at home to Chelsea in the Premier League, because that's going to be our next sort of crucial game in terms of, you know, battle at the top, considering Chelsea are our main title rivals at the moment. So we really do need to win Liverpool, Hull. We really do need to win Liverpool, Cardiff and Stoke games, basically. Those games are crucial. We need to go into that Chelsea game on 49 points, basically say, come on then, you know, keep up with us, because we're at home to Chelsea again, and if we bugger it up like we did last season again. I guess I'm just trying to make sure that we win all our winnable games, so that when we come into these games against big sides, if it does decide to fuck us, then we'll still have enough in the tank to win the league anyway. That's kind of what I'm going for here. We do still have Hull in the league, though. In the League Cup, which would maybe give us a chance at another cup final this year. Who knows? Anyway, guys, sorry about that, I guess. So, if you like what you've seen, please drop a like on the video, and if you've liked it even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Portsmouth and Red Star Belgrade in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock, and I will see you guys in the next episode for the game against Chelsea. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.